South Korea is unable to pay $350 billion up front in investment in the United States as part of a tariff deal with President Donald Trump. That's according to the South Korean National Security Advisor, who said on Saturday the country is seeking an alternative solution. The two allies agreed on a deal in July that would cut U.S. tariffs on South Korean goods to 15% from the 25% Trump earlier imposed. Seoul pledged $350 billion towards U.S. projects and said it would come in the form of loans, loan guarantees, and equity. But in remarks this week, Trump said South Korea would provide the investment up front, despite its contention that kind of outlay could plunge Asia's fourth largest economy into a financial crisis. On a South Korean TV news program, National Security Advisor Wi Song-lak said the sum is, objectively and realistically, not a level we are able to handle. Wi, who is the top security advisor to President Lee Jae-myung, said alternatives are being discussed and that Seoul aims to finalize the trade deal with Washington during next month's summit of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Grouping. South Korea is hosting the APEC gathering, which Trump is expected to attend.
We want to see a ceasefire, we want to see a free Palestine, we want people to be able to live in dignity. The Palestinian people are teaching us how to be human, and the people here are committed to humanity.
My parents were Holocaust survivors, so I also do it symbolically, because you can't do it to kill people in the name of people who were killed, my grandparents and so.
Officials say dozens were killed and more than 50 injured in a stampede at a political rally in India on Saturday. They say the rally was held by the famous Tamil actor Vijay, who's campaigning ahead of next year's state elections. Video provided by his party shows thousands of people surrounding a vehicle, on top of which Vijay is seen standing and speaking. Other images showed Vijay throwing water bottles to fainting supporters and calling for police help when the crowd became uncontrollable.
Please, please, please.
Vijay has drawn massive crowds to his public meetings since launching his political party in 2024. This is not the first time Vijay's rallies have faced safety concerns. At least 6 deaths were reported following the first meeting of his political party in October. Both Vijay and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed their condolences Saturday on X.
Taiwan rescue workers battled tough conditions as they looked for missing people in the town of Guangfu on Friday. They waded through mud and cut holes in roofs in hope of finding 7 people still missing after Super Typhoon Regasa's onslaught. This year's strongest tropical cyclone brought heavy rains to the island's eastern Hualien county this week, causing a barrier lake in the mountains to overflow, unleashing a wall of water onto Guangfu. While the floodwaters have receded, dark grey mud continues to blanket large parts of the area.
My friends are buried inside over there. Who am I supposed to speak to? How can we find them? Their bodies have been washed over in the floods.
The flooding's death toll was raised by 1 on Friday to 15, the fire department said. Satellite imagery revealed the formation of the barrier lake from April to August this year. Such lakes are formed when rocks, landslides, or other natural blockages make a dam across a river, normally a valley, blocking and holding back water, hindering or even stopping natural drainage. But the barrier lake was barely visible on satellite images on Wednesday. The government has ruled out using explosives to break through the bank holding back the remaining water, fearing it could spark more landslides and worsen the situation.
We were displaced under the threat of the Israelis. We were displaced as they threw leaflets and bombs on us. We were displaced and erected this tent. Here, we are erecting, but the situation is scary. I have children. I'm being displaced from one place to another. You see, people are being displaced. There is no safety. I have my children here, and I'm worried about them. Bullets are flying. Shots are fired. There is no safe place in Gaza. If we go to the south, there is no safety also.
I won't leave my land and the land of my ancestors, my father's land, my family's land, the whole country's land. I won't leave the land of Palestine to anyone. I won't leave Gaza to anyone. We were born here, and we will die here.
This is the line for gas at a station in Sevastopol, a port city in Russian-controlled Crimea. As Ukraine steps up its drone attacks on Russian refineries and export terminals, motorists are feeling the bite. A gasoline shortage has hit more than 10 regions across Russia, according to the Izvestia newspaper, citing a fuel producers union. This resident says he's had to queue for 40 minutes to fill his tank, but says he's not panicking quite yet. Sergei Aksionov, the head of Crimea, acknowledged the problem in a post on Telegram, but said gas stations would be fully supplied within 2 weeks. Russia's Far East and Crimea were the first territories to experience a shortage of gasoline in August. Ukraine's attacks have reduced Russian oil refining by almost a fifth on certain days and cut exports from key ports. Russia has a big surplus of diesel, but its gasoline production matches domestic demand. That means the drop in refining runs could lead to shortages.